for sure. Oh, here we go.
Looks like we're on our way. Squidman going straight into Brightman. That's awesome. And I think Prissy is also going to Brightman. Nice. So we'll see a lot of Brightman action earlier on. We want to get that flash stopper weapon as fast as we can so we can use it through the rest of the 8 robos. If you go Pharaoh first, it does take a little bit of time, but you're going to have to really maximize your movement and optimize the balloon strats and Brightman's screens. So it's going to save a little bit of time, but in the long run, Bright's just as valuable as running Pharaoh first. As we see Nohan and Beko both getting world records with Bright first strats. So definitely a good run.
That was definitely a huge upset for Mega Man 4. If you haven't been following since this started, in preparation for the tournament, Beko got world record, broke Chelny's 37-17 standing since 2017. Took it down to 37-12. And then Ohan in his qualifier session took the world record down to 37-11, just qualifying for the tournament, which is insane. And then we had Colonel Fatso take it down to 37-8. So we might see the 36 before all of this is over, depending on how hard these guys want to grind it.
Yeah, I think that 36 is definitely in the works, and either one of those runners have a really good chance of getting in there. I think even Prissy has a really good contendership of getting it too, you know.
Oh, yeah,
and there's
definitely.
just so many people in this bracket that are just top tier runners that could just really break out and break the world record upcoming.
Yeah, it's just wild. There's just so much stuff that's happened since this has come out. It's been insane.
So Brightman's fight here, what we want to do is we want to get his health values offset in a way where he doesn't freeze us, because he'll freeze us at 16, 8, and 4 health values. So what you do is you shoot a couple of full charge shots and then a lemon shot, which is just one regular buster shot, and then the rest full charge shots, and he won't freeze you, which will save a lot of time. And both runners just making it look easy, getting out at a really good time at 219, 220. That's really good splits for Squidman and Prissy there, getting out Bright. Looks like they're going to be showing off some Bright strats here in Pharaoh. We're going to take Bright pretty much almost all the way until the balloons. Actually, all the way through the balloons here, because what we can do is use that flash stopper to freeze everything on screen and just slide our way straight to the balloons. Squidman froze a little bit late, got a little tail of a scorpion up out of there, but he was able to big mama jump over it. So, and the thing about flash stopper is the global countdown for it is about 5 seconds, but while you're sliding, the countdown will not count down, so you can potentially make this ability last entire screen lengths. As you can see here, you just don't have to worry about any of the enemies. You just slide around them through, getting that balloon. Moving on to the next checkpoint room, where they'll have to deal with some moving platforms here. And what they'll do is these platforms will shoot little balls out the side of their heads, but you can manipulate it where if you'll see them stand on the back left ledge and then slide at a particular point in time towards the front, and then jump onto the next platform just before they shoot that ball out there. It saves a little bit of on-screen lag. Not too much, but it adds up. You'll be surprised on how much it adds up over time. And this next screen's pretty much the same, except for they're introducing some mummies in here. About 6 shots takes those mummies out, but sometimes Squidman will do a deboost through there, which is pretty okay, pretty acceptable. Hesitates there for a little bit, but he makes it through, no big deal. Pharaoh does about 3 different things. He'll just stand there and shoot his little wad at you, or he'll jump to your position, or he'll do like a high arcing jump. It's really up to him. He can be ornery at times, or he can be nice. He can be a Pharaoh bro, or he can be a Pharaoh jerk. Looks like you get a little bit of a nasty pattern for Squid jumping around like crazy, but looked like Prissy had a really good Pharaoh pattern there. And he gets the fanfare skip. That's awesome. What you do is you line up on that center pixel, and you jump at a specific time when that last little particle of the boss gets off screen, and you can skip the fanfare animation. Squidman got the center pixel, but he didn't quite jump in time to get the fanfare skipped, so both making it through. Pretty good. Now we're going into Ringman here, where you're going to see a lot of balloons here at first. To get through these verticals a lot faster than what you would normally do for like a beginner strat, would probably use flash top here to freeze everything, but it's a lot faster to use balloons, get those wall jumps. You can shoot the balloon into the wall, but you have like I think 4 frames or something like that before.
It's about 10 to 12 is usually the number I hear, which still seems really small on paper, but it's actually pretty generous in practice. It's pretty, once you get the feel of it, it's pretty safe.
It's a definitely fun strat to do in this run. By utilizing those wall jumps off the balloons, you can save a lot of time, reduce a lot of on-screen lag, because the more things that are on a screen, the more lag you get. It'll slow down some screens. Like you see in Squidman just now, there was a little bit of a drag to it because there was a lot of things on screen, but he was able to make it through. You see it again in Dustman stage, in a room where we literally call it the lagger because there's just so much going on. It creates a lot of lag.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had good intentions when they included the dynamic slowdown, but for us speedrunners, no. It's the poor game just struggles with too much stuff happening.
Looks like Prisi got the little Pharaoh shot trick where he had that Pharaoh shot above his head the whole time. I don't know exactly how that works, but I know it's like frame perfect where you can get it to where it won't go away.
Yes. I think if you let go and press the button again immediately, I think it goofs. I think it's the first frame, if I understand right. Prisi just taking out Ringman very quickly. Gonna have about a 710 exit out of ring, which is A-okay. It's a strong exit. 708. That was a little slow. Squid taking out Ringman too. A little left to center. You want to try to get the bosses in the center because all the Vet might have mentioned this earlier. Apologize if you did, but if it all gets off screen quickly, then the victory fanfare starts sooner and you can get out of the stage sooner. So ideally, you want to get them as close to the center of the screen as you can. As Vet mentioned earlier, we're going into Dustman. It has the lag room. Everything in this stage can kill you. It's brutal. Just any small mistake can take you out. Going with Bright, there's 2 strats you see here, Bright and Pharaoh. The Bright is a little faster in the first screen, but Pharaoh is faster in the second screen. But both strats are just fine. I think it's only like a 1 second difference overall. Bright is probably safer and easier to use. I think that they're both just different. I prefer Pharaoh, but they're both just fine. Prisi making it through A-okay. We'll see what's going on with Squid.
Yeah, using Bright here is really safe, really awesome way to make it through this without dying too much, because it's a very nasty part in this stage where a lot of things could go wrong if you're not careful. Same way with the crushers. If you're not careful, don't get your movement down right, you won't make it to that last section in time, and you can get squished really easily. Looked like Prisi made it through just fine. Squid's making his way through the crushers now. Got a little hung up there, but not too bad. Was able to correct it without losing too much time.
Yeah, Squid just making it through A-okay. Very dangerous stuff. Both of them are making it look pretty easy. They're playing very smooth and playing well along what they're capable of. I wouldn't say there's been any crazy, super huge mishaps that I'm aware of.
None. Dustman, you see he started to suck you in, but you can get him to stop doing that by just body shotting him. It takes about 8 damage from you, but so you got to be careful how many times you can do it. I think you can only do it like 3 times, maybe. On the 4th time, you want to watch out because you can die really quick, and then you have to start all the way back to checkpoint right before the crushers. Both make it out of dust really nicely. Got pretty good patterns. Dustman was pretty nice.
They're very close as well, you know. For those of you that do follow Mega Man 4, you might know on the leaderboard, Prisi's pretty high up there. Prisi is currently 5th with 37.21, and Squid is currently at 38 with a 39.29. So there's a bit of a discrepancy between their PBs, and the reason I bring it up is that they're still playing a very close match. They've both been pretty consistent with their game. So it's cool to see both runners, showing, I think, their growth since this has happened. Squid has always, been very good. Prisi's been playing very hard. So it's nice lately to see these matches that have been really, really, really strong players playing the game they want to play. Another balloon stage here. Both of our runners using the balloons to move over enemies quickly, to skip ladders. Ladders take forever to climb. So being able to use the balloons to skip them is very fortunate. And we're going to see lots of Flash Stopper from here on out till the end of Toad. The Flash Stopper freezes the screen for about 5 seconds, but if you're sliding, the timer for it doesn't go down, which is as crazy as it sounds. So it completely neutralizes stages like Dive and Drill and Toad, where in the case of Drill and Toad, you will literally be using it up until you enter the boss room, like while you're in the boss room. So Prisi making it into Skull. We'll see what Skull wants to do. Vet, if you want to tell us about our good friend Skull.
Yeah, Skullman reacts to your movement here, so you can pretty much predict what he's going to do. It's really based on how you do it. You get a bad skull if you do bad things, but it's usually the only real difference is his skull shield can be on screen for different time intervals, kind of like Heatman and Mega Man 2, where he'll slide at you at like 60 seconds, 90 seconds, same type of deal. You obviously want to get the shield come on screen then off right away. That's the God shield. Looks like Squidman gets one of the worst shields there. It's lasted on screen for a pretty good while. But that's about it to the fight. And other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
Head into Dive. So sliding is affected in weird ways by having a foreground tile with Mega Man when they're overlapping. So if you're sliding underwater, you can't jump out of a slide because of that water being on there. Same with ladders. If you're on ladders, you can't slide as well. So, but yeah, so they're doing good. But you just have to be careful, not take slides. You can go for some crazy strats with slide cancels by tapping the back button. But movement in water is a little weird, and it's pretty specific. Just like anything else, with some practice, you can get it consistent, but it's very dangerous. Prisi, probably no doubt, doing good old tooth mash, where you bring the controller up and put it on your face to mash down the whales. You can see him do it AGDQ 1 through 3 in the relay there. Pretty neat. But yeah, both runners playing well, moving on through.
Looks like Prisi skipped over the wire. That's a bold move. I hope it pays off for him.
Yeah, I know. We saw Ahmad and Mello go for it, so I don't know. I thought it was the new thing. Alright, and Dive Man, pretty consistent fight. I would say it's one of the harder fights casually for sure, just because you're trying to use his weakness against him, and it's pretty precise in how you have to move and hit him with it. It's kind of like a bullfight or what have you. Prisi getting the quick collect on the energy by being at the very center of the screen as the energy left and the victory fanfare started. Squid entering Dive, and we'll have Prisi going into Drill. Drill's a pretty fun stage. Pretty cool movement, especially on the last screen. It's a nice little test to see how long you can do your slide chain, and Drill himself we'll talk a lot about, I'm sure.
Squidman had a nice drop dive fight there. That was pretty good. Once again, we're going to use a flash topper here for most of the stage. Really handy weapon to have. One of the best weapons in the speedrun for the first 8 robos. You're not really going to see it too much in the castle stages. Actually, probably not at all with these 2 runners. Probably won't ever use it again after 8 robos are down. But you can use it in Cossack 1, but it's really not that really valuable after that.
Yeah, it would be cool to see it if there were some opportunities. It just ends up being that later on in the game, there are other options that end up being much faster. But for now, I mean, it's pretty cool. Prisi coming up on this last screen where if he changes movement well, it can last the whole screen, the initial freeze. Pretty common for it to unfreeze around the last pit or shortly after. So we'll see what happens here. Moving pretty nice so far, very clean. Oh, heard a little freeze there, timed it very well. Couldn't even tell except for the flashing and the sound.
Yeah, both runners have a really good movement through drill here. Looks like Squid got a little caught up with some bullets on screen, but he was able to take a deboost, do some spike slides, and grab that ladder.
Yeah, that screen's very tricky. You have to freeze. You have to freeze it almost immediately after the screen loads to prevent their bullets from coming out, so you can get a good kill while the turrets are open. Drill doing what Drill does. Every time he dives, it wastes a little over 4 seconds, and he can just do it. Some bosses are affected by proximity in this game. If you stand closer to Drill, it's less likely he'll dive. Same with Dust and his sucks. Pharaoh shooting his big attacks. But Prizzy making it out, very nice. Hopefully we'll get some good respect from Drill for Squidman.
Man, a low 16 out of drill is just phenomenal by Prissy. I mean, that's a really good time. I still have a lot of troubles getting out of drill before sub 17, you know. It just shows you how well these runners are doing. You know, their movement's really good. Having a really clean first day robo so far. Squidman in mid 16s, that's a really good time too.
Yeah, they're both playing very well. And someone in chat had brought it up. It really is like in the movement. I think that there's a big shift when you take the microscope in on like every little thing that you do and knowing why you do it and when you do it, like, you know, having investigated it. And I think just kind of tightening those bolts and screws with your slides and your jumps, it can be very revealing. In the practice ROM, when I feel like I finally started doing that myself, I was surprised to see these 20, 30 frames, sometimes a whole second saves in my run, and just getting more consistent with these things just really paid off. So definitely you can't underestimate the power of having really good movement. Skipping some bosses here with the snails, using the flash stopper to cruise on through some of the difficult parts. That if you want to talk about those waterfalls and the amazing, charming, wonderful boss we have to face.
Yeah, those waterfalls there, they can push you forward and push back in different directions. You gotta be careful when you're sliding because you can just slide straight into a pit, and it's a little bit of underwater rules apply when you're sliding underneath there. So you gotta be careful with your movement. Have the really good spacing done right, and it does just take some time getting used to how you do things. But you see Percy getting into Toadman here. It's really straightforward fight. 7 shots of drill and he's down. And you can wiggle his little hips there and call down some rain if you're not careful. But Prissy making it look easy, which it is. So good job, Prissy. 18, 15, 8 robos, which is absolutely freaking amazing.
Yeah, very good. I think my PB is like 1816 or something. So I mean, like, yeah, very solid, wonderful.
Yeah, I'm lucky to even get to Toadman at mid 18s. I'm usually getting it to him about early 19s, so it just shows you these guys are just phenomenal. Very good job.
See, I exaggerated even. Mine is 1819, so I even gave myself a little extra credit there. So yeah, Prizzy on a very nice pace, set up for 37 easy if he plays well. And gets good luck, which we'll see coming up here. Cossack stages, pretty intense. Cossack 1 and 2 can be pretty demanding, very busy stages. We'll see what the... Ooh, very, very cool. Clean kill, moving on through that. Slinky. Those Slinkies are deceptively awful. They have a lot of health, 6 health, and they do a ton of damage. So they look simple, but they're one of the more annoying enemies. Taking a brief pause with the monorotor there to make him move left as we move into this screen here. Ice physics, you have to make sure that you're sliding and jumping appropriately so you don't slide. Making sure to really take long slides to get close. Nice, clean jumps so you don't get bonked into the pits. Prisit Sifi, yep, goes for the despawn. moving on in while Squid is coming in. Both of them chose not to get the E-Tank that's on the left side of the screen. The nice as we were talking about chilled juice box straight from the freezer. Getting our triple balloon. Woo! Nice tight back D-boost by prisi on that third balloon.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yep, heading into Moth. Vet, if you want to talk about the wonderful...
Yeah, Moth is kind of nasty with his hitbox there. It's a little tiny hitbox, and Ring, actually, the Ring hitbox is really small. It's like 1 pixel, I think. So it's really kind of hard to get the 7 shots in there, but looks like prisi just absolutely did a fantastic job. What you want to do is you want to get him down before he kind of spikes the ground there. Really kind of good indicator of whether or not you're making good time out of that if you kill him before that happens, which prisi did an amazing job.
Yeah, very solid indeed. Squid making it through. Nice, good, solid strat in that room. Moving on into Moth himself. Cossack 2, very scary stage. Very tightly routed stage. You switch to balloon immediately. All the balloons and all the deboosting you do are all very specific and planned. You can't, if you mess up a single balloon or you get hit a single time, you kind of have to adjust what you're going to do. You do have like 1 balloon that if you don't plan to be using it in Cossack 4 to kind of mess around with, and you can take 1 hit and change your strat for Square Machine, but other than that, it's really tight. So we'll see. But yeah, everybody, place your bets for the boss. Let's see what we got here. Make your calls. The boss can either give you a 3, go by real fast. 2 goes by once, then forms after that, or a 1 where he forms right away. So
I'm going for a 1-1 for prisi. I'm just going to go all out here and say 1-1 for prisi.
Yeah. Let's get
and maybe a 2-2 for Squid.
Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, it would be amazing, but let's see what happens. But yeah, prisi making it through the stage very cleanly, heading into Square Machine, good pace for sure.
Oh, buddy, here we go.
He may be feeling a little nervous right now, but that's just fine.
It's like a 1% chance to get this next one, right?
Another one, it's gets a 3. So still very solid. 1-3 is still very good. Seeing a 1 in a race is always a nice little boost. So
and as usual, it's always good to bet on if that's wrong. I'm always wrong. So good job, prisi, making that lead.
Yeah, prisi making it out. What was that? 2240?
Yeah, it was about 2240, I think. Yeah.
My Cossack 2 is 2251. So
wow,
wow, absolutely,
he's definitely on a hot pace right now. And I was wrong again for Squid. Nice, good job, buddy.
A little bit of a musical action over here. Last run we commentated, my grandma donated and told Vet how proud she was of him. It was nice for him.
That was nice and sweet, looking grandma.
Nice. Vet must be nice. Yeah, Vet, Squid catching him a 3-3. Unfortunate. Game being very mean. prisi having a little fun with these tile slides over here.
Yeah, you gotta be careful in Cossack 3. It's really easy to get complacent, and you can just fall off the pit, just not even paying attention, just kind of messing around. But prisi's a pro. He does this all the time. He's got no worries here.
Yeah, I think sometimes a lot of that too can like keep you engaged, to keep you from being complacent. Depending, you obviously don't want to do anything super dangerous, but prisi taking some really fast action through here, saving a little ammo by not killing the guy, just taking the deboost. Getting rid of these enemies to try to save some lag. I'll probably go for some lag saving strats on these platforms as well. Yep. If you get the Saturns and the platforms off as soon as you can save some frames. And same in the first screen that Squid's going through, you can actually time your movement So that way you save on some lag. Just let the little platform guys scroll off screen.
Yeah, other than that, there's really not a lot you can do to really go fast here. It's just kind of at the mercy of the auto scroll.
Yeah, it's easy to get complacent, as you said. It's a nice breather, but if you're not careful, you can make a goof. It's not good. So, Prisi fighting Cockroach Twins. Nice clean fight so far. Should be the same thing every time because they move the same and gets the nice, very nice.
Wow,
Kills
that's
him right in the
beautiful.
center. A great fight, good stage. Prisi just tearing on through. Squid, come on up to the twins himself.
Yeah, we're seeing really good runs by these guys. I mean, just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's nice. Sometimes, being in a race just really gets you in that zone. Like that race energy just helps you focus. I feel like sometimes in my runs I want to channel that. Like I try to visualize like, okay, like let's invoke that kind of energy here. But
Right. Squidman going into his twin cockroach fight. I have died in this fight so many times that it's very costly to fall off a platform and onto some spikes here, because then you gotta start all the way back at the checkpoint screen. It looks like Squid had a couple problems, a couple missed shots there. That's gonna cost him some Pharaoh ammo. He's gonna probably have no choice but to take an ammo refill in the next stage.
I don't believe that Prezi didn't pick up the Pharaoh ammo, right? Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. He went straight through.
PB's 39.29, I want to say. I was just looking at it earlier. Maybe. Yep, 39.29. Ah, if his splits say 39.23, maybe he hasn't submitted his new PB since he's been working. But here we go with Cossack Catcher. He's affected in strange ways by sliding. He cannot move left or right while you're sliding, so you can kind of keep him in an ideal spot. Prezi using that to his advantage to take him out quickly.
Yeah, it looks like Squid went ahead and grabbed that ammo refill there. That's smart.
Well, you don't get your ammo back between stages, as you have seen, so the only thing that can hurt Final Capsule Wily is Pharaoh. So if you are hurting on Pharaoh, that can make that fight very scary. So after what happened with Cockroach, it was a good call to pick up the Pharaoh.
I'm still surprised to learn every time that Dr. Wily is behind all these shenanigans.
It's the best kept secret from 91, man. Nobody knows. It blows your mind every time.
We're just going into Wily 1 here, which is the land of the Mets. Let's go Mets. And you'll see a bunch of little Mets, dancing Mets, and then one big fat Met at the end. It's a pretty awesome stage here once you get it routed down, but it can be painful for some of the most casual runners.
Yeah, Prezi moving through very well on the first few screens already. Very clean. I like this screen in particular because it feels like you're just holding right the whole time. But he makes it through no problem, coming on through the water as Squid is finishing up Cossack.
Now you see there the difference between Prisy's using the Japanese version, where Squid's using the American version, where you see, I think the Japanese version saves about 30 frames on text right there, whereas you actually got to match your way through there.
Yeah, the catcher moves right away in the Japanese version as well in Rockman 4. In Mega Man 4, he kind of delays briefly. It really is up to your preference, to whatever you think is going to give you the most control and consistency. You can jump into this room to get a little bit of extra distance on Metal Daddy. It starts the fight late, though, and you can still get the hit you're looking for if you're fast, like how Prezi was just then. Prezi, did he get the 5 hits just then in that small?
It did. It looked like a 5 shot to me, but
trying to just intentionally get hit maybe a little bit so that way he can catch these extra hits. But very quick work, very quick stage. Prisi just tearing on through.
I'm showing you how it's done right there.
Happy Father's Day,
You
by
saw
the way,
Squids go.
to Daddy and to you.
Well, thank you. Same happy Father's Day to you too, Libby Toad, and everybody else out there.
Squid making it on through, coming up on the Kozu block.
This screen Squid's in is so dangerous because you're underwater and you can very easily just jump too high and take a headbutt to the spikes there.
Yeah, I mean, water is very finicky for moving around, and it's just sit up and down vertically very fast in it. So you have to just very gently press the jump button to get what you need in that. Prisi switching to Rush Jet. There are 2 times in the stage where you definitely for sure have to use a platform to elevate you. And menus take forever, unfortunately. So you switch to Rush Jet in the beginning and ends up being the thing you stay on until the very end. In order to shoot the Buster, Jet has to be out. So Prisi just moving very well with the Rush Jet, making sure to summon him very late and mash those skeletons very close to maximize his slide time as well as prevent a little lag. Shoutouts to Hypa for the Hypa strat that Prisi just did there. Just cruising on through. Met Daddy out. Happy Father's Day, Met Daddy. Squid Daddy. Squid Daddy takes him out.
I like that little strat Prisi just did in that roly-poly room there to call Jet right at that platform height, and he was able to just jump off Jet and up there, because otherwise if you don't spawn Jet there, you have to do like a pixel perfect corner jump there to get up onto the next platform.
Yeah, it's very tight to get up there. You have to walk off and really have a good sense of ooh, Prisi's taking a little trouble. A-okay though. Whew, he was scaring me there. Loses a little time for that, but it's still playing real spicy. You can see his splits there going a little red. But still, wonderful stage and good recovery on that fight. That got a little scary there. Coming into refights, we'll see how it treats him. All the bosses can do all the same goofy stuff they already did. So hopefully he'll get some good luck. No dives from Drill. Good Skull Shield. Cooperative Pharaoh. Good Dust. The works. Hopefully that's what we'll see.
Yeah, these runners are just blowing through this run right now. It's mind blowing to see how fast this. It's like it seems to me like we were just in Brightman stage and now we're in Refight.
They grow up fast. All the runs. Before you can explain how a boss works, it's dead already. They're just too fast.
Just too fast, too good.
Probably saying it's over right now. Yes, Prisi, it's over. Like the way he says it. Oh, man. Yes, no. Prisi playing a very good run. Pharaoh, be evasive. We don't like to see it.
Looks
Prisi,
like
very tight.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Toad.
Oh, no, go ahead. You were talking about Squid.
I was just saying that it looked like Squid used a drill there to disable Taco's hitbox and got behind him and used Ring to finish him off. It was a different strat than what Prisi did, whereas he just went from Toad straight to Ring. It saves a little bit of time doing it that way, but really safe by doing it.
Fortunately, having to switch to Buster on Skull, ran out of dust ammo from missing a dust. Recovered fairly quickly. I'm sure he's probably a little bummed about it, but definitely in a solid lead and still playing very well. So if we get some good luck, it should still come out pretty okay. Ooh, accidentally fired a Skull too early. Had to switch back to Skull and get that extra hit so he wouldn't be frozen. He's taking a bonk. He's doing alright. He's gonna move on ahead. Hopefully we don't get any dives from Drill here.
Yeah, prisi doing a really good job of getting them some backup chats really fast, kind of making that on the fly call as fast as possible to get through that. Very good job.
You can definitely see his experience showing on how he handles it.
Love that Toadman replay there. That was awesome.
Yeah, and he didn't have any dives from Drill either. I'm like really hoping for him right now. I'm excited. Squid taking out Skull, switching to Skull, and heading into dive. Prisi with a good ring fight, heading into Dust. Come on, Dust. Good so far. A little bit of goofy action with the ring there, but no sucks. Takes the hit to get
Very
back
good
a little
Dust.
health, but if you can make it work, you can make it work.
I think the way his movement been throughout this run, he should have no problem getting through this machine with as little help as he has, I think.
You just got to be very careful and very precise. You cannot afford to take much damage at all. Hitting the Wily machine with the drill does the damage. He's going to use his iframes here. He can afford one more hit. He goes for it and takes him out. Very Squid catching a dive off the drill. Unfortunate.
That was some amazing refights by prisi. You seen he just barely was in the red just for a little bit before he split. That was some really tight refights. That was.
If he had some better menus and didn't have to bust your skull or anything, he probably would have saved some good time if he only just barely lost time. Yep, we're having calls in chat for a 3730. Let's see what happens. Hopefully get some good luck from Capsule. But yeah, definitely on 37 pace. Just very strong. Very, very strong.
Yeah, definitely going to get a 37 here, and he's just doing such an amazing job. Definitely one to look for in this tournament.
Alright, let's go.
Gets that double shot right off the bat there. That's awesome. Two double
Second
shots
double
in a
hit.
row.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant. 37-28. Oh, man.
That was amazing. GG's to prisi. That was amazing. Absolutely wonderful.
Just ridiculous. I remember when getting a time like this would have been when, for the past 2 years, when I was kind of like playing it a lot, you know, like people weren't pumping out times like this like every day. Now it's just normal. Prisi's like, oh, 37-2X. This is like my 10th one, or you know, like crushing out these amazing times. Big GGs to Prisi. It's absolutely insane. We've seen so much action in the Mega Man 4 tournament since it started. Man, it's just amazing. I remember when 2 months ago, yeah, like, I mean, it feels just so much has happened since the tournament started. It's just, it's very pleasing. But so Squid coming out of Wily Machine, heading into Capsule. I saw reading in chat he might be on PB pace, so let's see what happens. Hopefully he gets a nice, wonderful Capsule as well.
Yeah, even if he PBs here, I'd still consider that a good win for him. That's awesome. Being this close to his PB is really, really good run for him.
Always very nice. So let's see. We'll see what happens. Alright, come on, Capsule. He works kind of like a whack-a-mole. He can appear at a bunch of different places. Oop, didn't get our hit.
Missing a couple double shots there.
That's okay. He's got quite a bit of ammo, so he can afford to kind of to go for these shots. Probably. Oh, didn't get that one either. Looks like his timer stopped. Oh, takes him out.
Takes him out.
Oh no, bummer. It looks like he just missed PB, but still a very solid run.
Yeah, very good run.
Yeah, play almost PB'd, which is like, in a race setting, fantastic. Like being that close to your PB. Yeah, very, very nice. So big GGs to Squid, big GGs to Prisi. Both of them playing very close to their PBs with potential 2 PB during their runs. So I mean, hey, that's fantastic that both of them came so close to their PBs.
Yeah,
Big
absolutely great job by both runners. What an amazing race this was. So glad I got to be here to be a part of it.
see if these guys are available for interviews. I believe if we can get the invite out to them, if they're available, if they want to hop in here and talk about their runs. Cool. Looks like we have Prisi. I'll go and drag him in here, and then when Squid shows up, I'll drag him in. Hello, Prisi.
Excuse me. Give me a second. I'm not ready yet.
Oh, okay. Let me drag you out.
No, it's okay. I'm ready.
Sorry. Well, hello, man. What a run, man. I was just saying, and what was Fatso was saying a month ago, 3730 was second place, and since you've come back to the game, you're just cranking out these 37.2x's, man, just one after another. Like, how many 372x's have you had now?
I don't know actually. I don't count.
It's that many.
I think 4 or 3. I actually don't know.
Oh,
And then
well, I
just
mean,
like,
go ahead, please. Tell us. Go talk about your run, please.
yeah, that one was really good. I'm not gonna lie, that was very great for me. I had some bad luck on Drillman in the stage. That could have been actually a PB by like a second, classic 1 second PB, if I didn't lose that 8 seconds in a stage. But yeah, I was very not nervous and at the start. This was weird because usually when you go into a race, especially a tournament race where you only have best of 1, so 1 race and that's it, you're like super nervous at the start and then you kind of calm down. But I actually was very nervous at the end, and in Cossack 2 I was so nervous, like I was shaking a lot. So yeah, that was interesting. I also had a controller problem that I had to fix because my A and B button didn't work properly. So I just fixed it at the end, and yeah, it worked out.
And yeah, you clearly played pretty well. I imagine when you got that 1 and against Square Machine, that might have been kind of like a moment.
Yeah, I was like, no way, you cannot give me that 1-1 right now.
We were all calling it, 1-1, and then that 1 came, and we were all excited. Refights too, there was a little, unfortunate, a little bit of trouble, but when it came to your split time, it didn't look like you went over too much at all, which is very interesting. Do you think if you had a slightly better refights, you would have saved some good time in there? Or
yeah, I lost like 10, I think 9 or 8 to 10 seconds in refights alone. That was very poorly played by myself. Also, I missed a shot against Pharaoh, but not because I was aggressive, but because I was so nervous. Actually, I was nervous.
Definitely, when the stakes are high and that's where it's at, it's a whole thing to try to keep it under wraps, right? It's a game you play with yourself to calm down and play the game you want to play. And so, but I mean, you handled it very well. You came out strong. I mean, 3-7-2x in any circumstances is absolutely phenomenal, and in these circumstances especially very good. So very, very nice, very well played.
Yeah, I'm very happy about my performance, especially this late. It's like 3 AM for me.
Oh,
yeah, and beat Ohan's race world record. So
there you go.
It's Ohan's turn now, or Becko's, or
Yeah,
whoever. Fatso.
I'm hoping before this all ends, we'll see 36 and just everything, man. It's been wild, and I believe it. I mean, everybody, not only everybody's been seeing the tournament stuff, but even behind the scenes, like all of our strat sleuths have been poking around and looking at stuff, and I mean, there's been some stuff bubbling up. So I'm excited to see us inch closer and closer to getting that 36.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure we will see 36 at least this year, like at the end of this year, we will have that 36, I think.
Yeah, that would.
Because I'm planning on switching. I learned Pharaoh first. I actually learned it. The biggest problem for me is consistency on the balloons. But the hardest thing is probably the bright fight. If you want to like be consistent at it, it's super hard. Like if you want to go fast, and he gives you like this shooting pattern where you have to like wiggle around, or if you don't get hit or something. I don't know, but yeah.
There's a critical moment in that fight where you have to decide if you're going to throw your orb or keep trying to wiggle to hit him with it, because there's a threshold, right, where if you wait too long and you're still trying to bonk him with your overhead shot, you might as well have just thrown your shot to
Yeah, correct.
start. It takes a lot. It's kind of nuanced to really to feel that out. But yeah, I'm excited to see that. Yeah, I mean, I think that as everyone's pushing it, it's gonna be cool to see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah,
thank you so much for commentating and for restreaming. We had some trouble. Obviously it was my fault because I was like, yeah, let's go, and I didn't realize. Oops, I forgot to join the SRL channel, and everybody's waiting on me. So I apologize, but I'm very thankful that we could restream it to also like show some love to Squidman. Thank you so much for racing. That was fun. And yeah, thanks for commentating, restreaming, watching, and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Really appreciate it. We were a little slow to start too because of some mishaps right before, but so I'm glad it worked out, as you said. So thank you very much, Prisi. And then I guess we'll turn over to Squidman here. We have Squidman. Squidman, we saw you playing very close to PB. Like, we were all very excited for you to the end. Both you and Prisi had runs that were for your respective games, like very close to PB, very solid. Lots of smart thinking on the fly. So tell us your thoughts. What do you think?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I was really close to PB. I think just a couple of seconds off, honestly. So yeah, pretty solid run, I think, for me. I still have a lot of time to save. I know I can get a 38 in this game. Like I've got 20 seconds in the Robot Masters I can save easily, and like another like 20 seconds just from Cossack 2. So I can definitely get a 38. It's just a matter of like executing and getting some good RNG and stuff like that. So but yeah, speaking of which, I got a 3-3 once again on my square machine. So I think the game just hates me.
Yeah, very disrespectful. I don't know if you saw, but Prisi got a 1 on his first cycle. So
I don't watch my opponents when I race, so I didn't know where he was or what he got, but I was pretty sure that he would be dunning in the when I was in the refights, and I was not wrong.
Oh, it was still. I mean, like I was saying before, we were talking about kind of like the gap in like PB. So like where you were and where Prisi was versus all that. Yeah, we were trying to like basically say that you were very close still, like all things considered. I mean, and as we said, like you both played runs that were almost PBs. So, I mean, the fact that you were wrapping up refights and Prisi was at the end. I mean, in a race setting, no matter how you look at it, that's still a close race. So, at least in my opinion, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We've definitely seen bigger discrepancies. I have always wanted to see you take your PB lower. I feel like your PB doesn't like some other runners, like Waiter. I feel like is one. Debu is one, and I feel like you are one that have a level of skill that your current PB doesn't reflect. And I really hope you play more, because
I would agree with you. And I think one of my goals is to continue playing Mega Man 4 at least until I get a 38, and that's kind of like where I feel like I can live with that kind of time. I don't know if I'm ever gonna go get down to 37, but I definitely agree with you. If you just look at my sum best, all the green I usually come out of Robot Master stages with, it's definitely 38 is definitely possible with my current skill set.
I definitely think it's very, very, very possible. I'm very excited to see it. You'll be the new. At one time you were the guardian for sub 40 at that. You had that 39.59. So now you just need to get 38.59, and you can be the sub 39 guardian.
That sounds really appealing.
Yes, all who tread into 38 must pass through Squid.
I just want to say I love Squid's voice. Sorry.
Oh, thanks. Likewise, actually, I'm glad you're streaming again.
Thank you.
I know you said in the past that you're not a fan of your own accent, but I actually like
No,
it. I love it.
hate it.
Dude,
hate it.
I know you
love
say you hate
you
it, but I love it. I love
Prisi,
it.
when you watch the VOD, man, someone in chat was like, "I bet Prisi right now is like, it's over," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I love it when he does that." And I'm like, "It's over," like the way you sing, because we love it, man. It's so funny. So yeah, it's
I
not
always-
funny like haha.
Whenever I highlight my video or my like PBs or something, the first thing I do is just mute the bot,
Oh no.
so I don't have to hear my voice.
No, it's. I think we've all felt that kind of sense at one time or another. But I will say, everyone else is entertained.
I agree. Everyone else is on the other side of this, and they love it. And I do want to say it was great to race you. I remember back when I first started playing Mega Man 4, like 4 or 5 years now. It was me and Victorous, and I think you were right there with us, Percy, and you were so consistent at getting like 38s, and you were getting your time down and everything. And we never got to race. I don't think so. It was really cool to actually, years later, actually race you.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. I really enjoyed it. And we can definitely, at some point get some more races in. I'm fun. I'm on with races. I love racing.
We
Yeah,
do
it's good.
have, for anybody that is interested in the Tourney Discord, the racing channel, feel free to reach out if anybody wants to. Not just you two, obviously, but anyone in chat, because we do have a lot of our racers in chat. Like, if you guys want to get down and play Mega Man, let's just do it. Just play some Mega Man. So yeah, do we have any closing remarks? And sorry, Vet, I just, were there any questions you wanted to chat about our runners with, or any points you wanted to bring up to reflect on?
Questions.
No, I think you guys pretty much covered it. I just want to say GG's to you both. You guys did an absolutely fantastic a run that I would absolutely kill for. You guys are awesome. I try to mold my own speedrun after you guys, so you guys are heroes in my eyes. So good job, great game. Can't wait to see you guys keep going with this game.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Oh,
yeah.
and Prisi, did you tooth mash the whales? Did you do it?
Of course, yes.
I know.
So
I
that-
felt it.
So I teeth mashed in this game. I teeth mashed the whales, the first screen of Cossack 1, that one weird, that one worm on the ground. This I think the
Slinky.
second one you shoot.
The Slinky.
The Slinky, yeah, the Slinky.
Okay.
And then in Skull, the last screen, that one skeleton thing. Oh, in the checkpoint room. In the checkpoint. The
I have tried to tooth mash that, man. I gotta figure it. You should put out a tooth mash tutorial, man. People want to learn. People want the knowledge. You gotta create the library of the technique.
Well, hey, maybe. So
Dentists hate him.
I plan on coming over again next year. And
Oh, okay.
if people wanna learn the tricks of teeth mashing, the secrets, can hang out with me for sure.
Just don't be reckless like I did. My first GDQ, like, I mean, not you, but people in general. Like, I was tooth mashing on Shelny's controller without asking, without thinking about it. And then when I realized, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. That's so gross.
Dude, I did the same thing on Orso's controller. He wanted me to teeth mash the first screen of Mega Man X, the one that the machine thing. And I was like, yeah, give me, sure. And I realized, oh wait, is that okay? It's already over, anyways. It's
done.
it's done already. But and he was like, yeah, it's okay. I'm just gonna clean it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for reference, the tooth mash works really well on X opening, I think. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
if you have
works.
to grind it, it sucks, but yeah.
Yeah, it worked really well. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, with that, I think we can close up. We don't have any matches tomorrow, but the day after. Let me brief you guys on what we got going on, so you can know what to look forward to. Let me.
Oh wait,
Alright.
best of 3 now, right?
We have one
no.
more match.
But the next one is best of 3, right?
Yes, the next
Oh my
round
God.
will be
Hell yeah.
The
That's
final,
sexy as hell.
The final match for this set is Riley versus Darko, and that's coming up on June 23rd at noon EDT. That's going to be a really good match. Riley's really good. Darko's really good. Darko is kind of the dark horse, haha, because He's very good at everything he plays. I hadn't seen him playing a lot of Mega Man 4 before this, and even during this time, I haven't seen it a lot either, like live. But I mean, Darko's super good, so he could come and play very hard and give Riley a really good challenge for sure.
Dirty offline practice, dude.
Yeah, see, yeah. So I mean, yeah, it could be really good. So that's what we have for Cossack Cup, and then we'll see our runners after that scheduling their matches. And as Prisi said, that'll be best of 3 from then on. And then so for Kalinka, we have June 21st. Oh, that was earlier today. Sorry, June 24th. So the day after the 23rd with the other match, we have Jorge Paulos versus Waiter 1602 at 7 p.m. EDT, and then at 10 p.m. EDT we have Vanez Prince and Mr. Otter 8. So. And this is getting close to the end of Kalinka Cup. Actually, that's kind of ending. Those are the runners that didn't qualify in the top 32. And so these are the kind of like towards the end. These are going to be some hot matches. Jorge and Waiter are both very good. Vanez and Otter are good. So it'll be exciting to see what they put out. And yeah, and so I have some good news. I'll be getting it set up today. The Matcherino will be completely live. The Matcherino will be where we'll be collecting money for the pot, the cash prize for the winners. If you contribute to the pot, you are automatically entered in the prize giveaway. If you just contact me, I can verify your entry, make sure you're on that list, and then after we'll be doing a prize giveaway stream. I might do a prize reveal stream. I've already talked about some of them, but we have some really cool prizes. Biddy Kong's gold Rockman 4 cart came in with the box. Looks phenomenal, absolutely cool. So we have a bunch of cool prizes, and I'm hoping we can get a lot of support for the Matcherino to build a nice, big, hefty prize for our runners for all the work they put in, and hopefully to have a fun prize giveaway stream. So make sure if you're in the Tourney Discord to get in on that. We can talk about the prizes there if you have prizes you want to contribute, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. But other than that, I think that is it. For us, is there anything else?
No, but I think that's it. Thanks, guys, for coming out.
Thank you, guys.
Yep,
Yeah,
thank
thanks,
you.
man.
Yeah, thanks, Prisi, Squid, Vet. It was a pleasure, and I'll see you guys around. I am sure. Night, everybody. Thanks to SpeedGaming as well, and everybody. It's been a blast. Have a good night.